Hey, how are you today? Thanks for stopping by. Come on over, I want to show you something. I took the top end off of this and the piston was in backwards. The customer said that it was difficult starting. I imagine it was. This arrow should point towards the exhaust. I've never seen it where it doesn't point to the exhaust. I mean, you should read the instructions that come with the piston, which obviously this person didn't, and it did cause the cylinder to be ruined, so we've got the cylinder sent out now to get replated. So you'll notice to the top of the transfer port, just above the power valve, the shinier spot in the chipping that was caused by the piston being installed backwards. We're going to use the wrench rabbit kit. They don't endorse us, but it is a pretty good kit, so we're going to use it anyways. It's got everything you need in there to do a rebuild. Have you ever used these kits before?
No.
It comes with all the hot rod stuff.
Everything's in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nicely packaged.
Alright, so we pulled the stator off. It's out of there now. I'll just do a little video after the fact. So there's the rotor. And you will need a puller to take that off. It's a left-hand thread. It's a left-hand thread when you put this puller in. And it's a 27 millimeter by 1 millimeter pitch. I can make these pullers available. I've got them reasonably inexpensive. If it's something you need, you can inquire. And you will need that because it is on a taper. You'll see the taper on the shaft to pull that off. So as you're taking the motor apart, I like to use Ziploc bags. Buy the heavier freezer bag. I just got some store brand, but the heavier freezer bags seem to stand up to the parts and the poking. Get yourself a box of those and keep your parts organized as you take them off. Now we're going to get ready to split the cases. I'm going to take all of the case bolts out. I'm going to build a cardboard template and put the bolts in so that when it's time to reassemble, it's going to be easy. So I managed to get the cases split. There's a couple different ways to do that. I just used a rubber mallet and worked my way around. So in this next little section, I want to show some of the finer details of actually disassembling the transmission. In that first little clip, you saw that the shift shaft actually had a hollow or a hole in the end of it, so it differentiates it from the shift shaft on the right side. So I'm just slowly taking the pieces out here, kind of having a look at them, making some mental notes and showing them to the camera so that I can play this back when I go to reassemble. This shaft is the solid one. You can see when I pull it out, and then I will note the shift forks themselves. Sometimes they have an offset to one side versus the other, so just a few things to take notes of. The shaft has a smaller end and is longer, so it's really only going to go back in one spot, but we'll pay attention. You can see the offset of this shifter fork. Get the other one out. Same thing, I'm going to show it to the camera just so I got a little bit of recall when I go to put this back together. You can see the offset again. They have different numbers on them. You could label these individually and put them in a Ziploc bag if you chose as well. I could make it a little simpler when you go to put it back together. I just put them all in one Ziploc together and we'll use this video. So now I'm going to take the counter shaft and the main shaft out of the right hand case. You'll see here after I got them out that there is a spacer, a shim spacer on the one shaft, so just pay attention to that. You don't want to lose that, and you want to make sure it gets back in the same spot. If you like this video, click that subscribe button. Crackerjack Mechanic, thanks for watching.